Chapter 31. After 5 full minutes of staring at the phone, Eric picked it up, dialed the number from the paper Kobe gave him, and held his breath. 1 second, you guys. All right, I'm back. Let's start that one over. After 5 full minutes of staring at the phone, Eric picked it up, dialed the number from the paper Kobe gave him, and held his breath. As the phone rang, he stared down at the pension, the legal document to strip him of his parental rights. There had to have been some mistake. "Hello," a woman's voice said. Eric froze at the sound. "Can I speak to Jess Freeman?" Eric asked, his voice trembling slightly. "This is Jessica Freeman. Who is this?" Eric paused. It's Eric." The silence lasted so long that Eric thought he had been hung up on. "Jess, you there? How did you get this number?" Jess said, her voice only a whisper. Eric pictured her hunched over the phone, her hand cupped over the receiver like she had something to hide. I'm out of prison." "How did you get this number?" "I got this pension from the lawyer." "Why are you doing this, Jess?" Silence again. "Jess, read it again. It's self-explanatory." "I'm sorry, Eric. I have to go." "No, Jess, wait. I need to." The line went dead. Eric had the phone to his ear a moment longer. He pushed the redial button, waiting while the phone rang. It was picked up by voicemail. "Jess, I don't know why you hung up on me. I need to talk to you. I want to see you and Maya. Please, call me back." He thought to give her the number, but realized he didn't know what it was. "Call me back at the number on your caller ID, okay?" He placed the phone back in its cradle. What was going on? What was Jess doing? And why in the hell wasn't she at least? And why in the hell wouldn't she at least tell him? Did she no longer love him? Even if that was the case, why would she try to steal his baby from him? Self-love yourself. Hey, my boo. An Egyptian goddess. What's up, baby? We are in our reading, everyone. Eric dropped his head in his hands. After a moment, he looked around the room. Why was he even here? Did he expect the man down the hall to save him? Eric knew Kobe lied about the traffic being the reason he was late. Eric had always relied on his intuition. and it told him by the look on his so called brother's face that the man had doubts about him. He was probably in his bedroom right now, and regretting inviting Eric in and trying to find the most polite way to tell him that in the morning he would have to leave. Eric decided he would save him the trouble. He walked over and pressed his ear to the door and heard no one moving around outside. He carefully opened it, stuck his head out, and looked both ways down the hall. Downstairs, there were lights on, the dim light above the stove, the lamp burning in the living room window, and an overhead hallway light that allowed Eric to see as he searched the first floor. He stopped by a plague hanging on the wall by the front door, a half a dozen small hooks protruding from it. This was where Kobe had hung his ring of keys when they walked into the house earlier. There were 3 sets hanging there. Eric walked up very close to the plague. Oh, sorry. Eric walked up very close to the plaque, fingered the sets till he noticed the Aldi key with 4 interlocked silver rings on it. He gently felt the set and headed for the back door. Oh, y'all. So hopefully Eric is not going back down the trail that apparently we see a lot of, just out of the pen criminals that they may do, like they have a sense and an urge to seem to want to go back inside. Hopefully this is something where he can think about this, because I really wanted Eric and Kobe's relationship to grow, and without trust there is nothing. But I understand what Eric is going through, because he right now is probably feeling hurt by being hung up on by the supposed love of his life, not knowing anything about what really is going on with his child, and why she basically wants to take away for any type of custody or arrangement for him to see his baby. So I guess his feelings are quite mixed. And they did say that he goes upon his intuition. That can really wind you up in trouble when you do go for your intuition and you're a man that has quite a bit of pride. So let's see where this goes. Chapter 32. Eric had a turn. Oh, Eric made a turn. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. Eric made a turn onto a dark, windy road, wishing he had paid more attention to the directions on the way here. As the Alti Exxon bulbs, cut through the dark space ahead, Eric leaned close to the windshield. The glow of the cars illuminated red instruments, painting his face as he squinted to see where he was going. Before leaving the house, Eric stopped in the family room where the entertainment center was. He stood in front of the 60-inch flat screen mounted on the wall above the fireplace and sized it up. It would be too big to fit in the car and too time consuming to take down. He snatched the DVD player, the Boss surround sound system, and cable box instead. As he drove, Eric knew the plan wasn't fully developed, but it was in action. He would pawn the electronics he stole for spending money, and then he'd take the car to the chop shop. But what if the shop he knew of was no longer there? He knew he'd only get a few grand for the car, and then he'd have no transportation. Maybe he should keep it. But then exactly where would he go? To Jess? She sounded like she didn't want to see him. But if he pulled up in a big, expensive new car, he was sure that would be a different story. Eric cut the wheel, made a right, and thought the surroundings were starting to look familiar. He relaxed a bit, feeling more confident about the decision that he just made. All of a sudden, the car lost power, not just the engine, as if he had run out of gas, but the entire car. The lights shut off. The cabin went dark. The car shut down and eventually rolled to a slow stop as Eric steered it toward the side of the road. Fuck, Eric said, hammering the wheel with the side of his fist. He yanked the hood release from under the dash, threw open the door, and sprung out of the car. He raised the hood, stared down at the engine with only the light of the moon to see. He fidgeted around in there, pulling on belts and hoses, till he heard the sound of an approaching car. Bright lights lit up the Alti and the space around it. Eric heard the sound of tires crunching gravel as the approaching car pulled up slowly behind his. A moment later, still crouching, Eric heard a door open. Eric, you over there? It was Kobe. If you're over there, come out. I didn't call the police. He thought a moment of just turning and running, but he finally stood and slowly walked out, his hands raised over his shoulders. Put your damn hands down. I'm not the cops, Kobe said, anger in his face. Eric lowered his hands. I think I messed up your car. No, you didn't. I called the anti-theft service and had it shut down. Kobe dug his cell phone out of his pocket. He was wearing pajamas, slippers, and a trench coat. I'll have it turned back on, and you're going to drive it back home. At the house, Eric silently followed behind Kobe like a child awaiting punishment. They ended up in the kitchen. Kobe opened the fridge door. I'm having milk. Do you want something? I'm good, Eric said, his head down, brooding on one of the kitchen chairs. His back to Eric. Kobe poured himself a half glass of milk, took a sip, set it on the counter, and then rested his hands there. From behind, Eric saw Kobe take a deep breath, then heard him exhale. Finally, he turned around, indignation on his face. Exactly what the hell were you thinking? I wasn't. No, Kobe said, taking 2 steps towards Eric. Play stupid, but I know you're not. You had a plan. Fine. The plan was to take the car and some of your shit. And I hadn't thought about anything past that. Bullshit. That's not good enough, Eric, Kobe yelled. I find you, take you in as my family, welcome you into my home, and this is what you do? How could you? What the fuck do you expect? Eric shouted, standing from his chair. Think about where you found me. Prison. I'm a criminal, a fucking car thief. Then you trust me with your big cars and all that shit you got. So I can't trust you? Is that what you're saying to me? Why are you doing this? Because you're my brother. That don't mean shit. You don't know me from any fool on the street. I'm asking you again, why you doing this? Kobe took a moment before answering. I was adopted by good people, but I never knew my family, my real family. You had hard times. It's probably what got you in trouble to begin with. But I know you can do better. I want you to do better. I'm going to help you because now that I found my family, I don't want to lose you. Eric dragged a hand down his face. What if I can't live up to your standards? Just because we look alike don't mean we are alike. So that's why you did it? You stole from me on the first night you're here because you'd rather kill our chances now than put forth the effort it takes to make this work. I don't know if I can be who you're expecting me to be. What if I hadn't known it was you who took the car? What if I had called the police and they tracked you down? You would be in custody right now. You would have violated your parole and you would be back in prison. Is that what you want? Kobe said, walking up to Eric. Eric turned from Kobe's harsh stare. I said, is that what you want to do? Kobe shouted. No, Eric yelled back. The two men stood eye to eye, each looking like a mirrored reflection of the other, until finally Kobe stepped away. I can't make you do something you don't want to do or be someone you don't think you're capable of being. Kobe walked up to the kitchen table, grabbed the keys to the Audi, walked back, and placed them in Eric's hand. You want it? The car is yours. I'll go upstairs and get the title for you. Then the choice will be yours. You can get in the car, drive off right now, keep it, sell it, whatever you want. But don't ever in your life think of contacting me again. Or you can stay and we can work on getting to know each other, being a family. We'll both make mistakes. I'm okay with that. But if you ever steal from me again, I'll be the one prosecuting your case and personally sending you back to prison. The choice is yours. Eric looked down at the keys in his hand, then at the path to the back door. He gave the decision long, hard thought, then said, okay, I guess I want to try. Can't be any guessing, Kobe said. All right, I will try. Good. Ooh, so y'all, is that my diet melody? Hey, boo. What's up, baby? Y'all, this is something. So I understand. I do understand, Eric. If I was approached with my twin, I mean, I wouldn't know what to do, if I actually had one. But I mean, I'm glad that they're trying to work something out. And I'm also glad that Kobe didn't call the police. I'm glad that he was pretty much not too many steps away from his twin. That goes to show that they have that so-called twins intuition. I think it's still there between them because I felt like Kobe knew where he was. So that's good that they're trying. I really want them to have a family together because as siblings, because Kobe has lost quite a bit over a very short stance, and I feel like this is sort of a gift, for him to be able to find his brothers, and well, not to the expense of his mother and father passing, but also I do think Eric has information that he has not told Kobe yet. So all of that I know will be coming out. Oh, Diet, we are reading a book called No One in the World. Boo, it is good. It's by an author named Elin Harris. Yeah, this book is taking us for a ride. Oh, you know what, y'all? I'm so sorry. I forgot our music. Let me turn my let me turn our music on. Yeah, Dad, we got music over here too, boo. Oh, okay, here we go, y'all. Let's see here. I want to make sure it's at a nice volume. There we go. It shouldn't get too loud, y'all. So now we are on chapter 33. Austin sat on a stool behind her friend of 10 years. They sat in Julia's West Loop condo, drinking coffee, the balcony doors open, enjoying the late morning sun. Julia owned a hair salon called Exposure, just 3 blocks from where she lived. She considered herself the best weave artist in all of Chicago. Her motive was, I'll take you from bald to Beyonce in just 2 hours. Julia had an 8-year-old daughter, Jasmine, who she had already dropped off at school when Austin had called and said she needed to have a life and death conversation. Austin had just disclosed the details of the dilemma she was facing. Afterward, Julia's mouth dropped open and her eyes grew to the size of ping pong balls. No, 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 no. Ho, ho. Hold up, Julia said, waving a hand. This woman just pops up out the blue, talking about she wants to give you $500,000 to marry her gay brother? This stuff don't happen to real people. It happened to me, Austin said, sipping from her coffee. Why in the hell would you even consider such a thing? You told her to kiss your ass, right? Julia didn't know anything about Austin's fall from grace. She didn't want her friend feeling sorry for her, treating her like she was a charity case. No, I didn't quite tell her to kiss my ass. Oh, you said, is this a trash novel? I love me a good trash book and movies. You know what? Diet it's given a lot of drama. I gotta say. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. That is not a commercial. Oh no, what is it doing? Oh, you know what, y'all? I'm sorry. I forgot to loop it. Now we got a daggone commercial. Sorry about that. Let me see. Okay, additional settings. Okay, I got the loop going. But yeah, Diet. You can call this. Yeah, this sounds really Tubi-ish. Yeah, it do, boo. It's been a lot going on in this uh novel. It really is. Where is it? It can be. It's very, very dramedy, and it's given Tubi, especially this character. Austin. This is my favorite character. This is my favorite character right here, Diet. And she gives Tubi all the time. All right, y'all. I'm sorry, let me get this. Y'all know how the screen locks up on you and you be trying to do the password. Okay, here we go. All right, it's back. Okay, so let's start from the last sentence. No, I didn't quite tell her to kiss my ass. Okay, you said something more like, fuck you, skank. Screw you, bitch. What? I said I'd think about it. And exactly why did you say that? Julia Austin said, getting up from her stool and stepping away from the breakfast bar. There are things I haven't told you about my situation. I haven't sold a house in I don't know how long, which means I'm not making money. Julia stood. But when I asked you if you were okay with, I lied. I wasn't okay with money. And as of right now, I'm just about broke. I'm depleted. I've depleted all my savings. I've stole all my furniture. Oh, I'm sorry. I've sold all my furniture. Why are you selling all your furniture? Please don't say for money to live. Okay, I won't, but that's why. And more to the point, in 2 days, I might not have anywhere to keep what little I have left because my place has been foreclosed on. Sorrow appeared on Julia's face as she sighed deeply. Why didn't you come to me? I could have helped you. Julia looked around her place like she was picking out a spot to stick a cot. You know what? You can stay here till you... No. You have a 2-bedroom condo and a daughter, Austin said. I truly appreciate it, but you already have someone to take care of. So that's why you told that lady you'd think about it? Yeah, Austin said. I know what I should do, but I needed my best friend's input just to make sure. Austin, Julia said, shaking her head. I don't want to be the one to tell you to do this if... You're already telling me, Austin said. I really just need to know what you think. Please. I really value your opinion. Julie shook her head. I hate to say this, but if you have no other options, baby, I really think I would do it. Oh, okay, y'all. Yeah, my diet baby. This is Tubi, wigs and everything. Yes, it is self love yourself. I'm gonna tell y'all. See, Elin Harris. That's how you know that R.M. Johnson had quite a bit to do with this book, because Elin Harris would give you some time to process. I can see R.M. Johnson. He is just an ongoing roller coaster. Cause yeah, it's a lot happening. So it's good that Austin is able to talk to her friend, get some support from someone that she can call her best friend. I'm quite sure that whatever decision that she makes, her best friend will be able to help her through it. So, okay, y'all, chapter 34. I sat having lunch with Sissy at the cafe in the downtown Ritz Carlton. We ate there with a view of the huge lobby with its water fountain, sofas, and chairs, and the massive windows overlooking the bustling Gold Coast just outside. Sissy said nowhere else made a better Caesar salad. That was what sat before her now. I had the tuna salad on whole wheat with a side of coleslaw and water with lemon. We were supposed to be having a quaint little lunch filled with family conversation, but I should have known that would never be the case with Sissy. She had already received 2 phone calls, returned 4 texts, and was talking on her iPhone while her BlackBerry sat beside her plate, ready to buzz or ring at any moment. Okay, yes, sure, uh-huh. And I will hear from you when, Sissy said. She was wearing a pastel pink suit with a white blouse. No later than this evening. Good. Looking forward. Goodbye. Sissy disconnected the call. I was just told that Procter and Gamble have approached a few other board members. They're saying they'll they're saying they're willing to pay them double what their shares are worth to sell. Do we have anything to worry about? I asked. Sissy took a long sip from her glass of water. Not if we get your shares, Kobe. And that gives us 2 weeks before your birthday. But you already know that. And that plan is in action. So finish telling me about the convict. Stop it. Eric is our brother. And you need to start calling him by his name. It's hard. Convict just sounds so much better. Sissy smiled, then managed a straight face. Okay, sorry. So you said he's finally told you what he was in for? Grand Theft Auto, I said, taking a small bite of my sandwich. Whoa, and you let him stay in the house? I'm surprised you didn't wake up this morning to see that he had stolen Daddy's Mercedes. No, he definitely didn't steal Daddy's Mercedes. I said, happy I didn't have to lie. So how long is this little experiment really going to last? It's not an experiment, and you know it. Eric is living there and will continue doing so until he feels comfortable enough to move out on his own. Sissy shook her head and pushed more salad into her mouth. What? I said. I think you need help with this. I think your vision is clouded by what you want to happen, and you don't see what most likely will. Oh, hey, S. Hutchinson, what's up, boo? Chosen by Yahweh. Hey, baby. Oh, S. Hutchinson, you said I had to run. Oh, I have to run soon or a bit. I wanted to show support, and we'll be back to the replay. Oh, thank you, S. Hutchinson. Love you, boo. Yeah, S. Hutchinson, this book is dishy. Yeah, self-love yourself. You right, best friend. Yeah, the best friend to will watch out for. Okay, y'all. So, where are we? Okay, I'll read from right here. I think you need help. I think you need help with this. I think your vision is clouded by what you want to happen, and you don't see what most likely will. You have a pretty harsh opinion of him for someone who has never even met the man. You need to meet him. I don't want to, but you're going to. I won't have my sister avoiding my brother. It's not a good idea. You know me, and if I meet him, I'm going to be me. I'm going to be me. Are you ready for that? Wouldn't have it any other way. Cool. Sissy's BlackBerry started to ring. Don't pick it up, I said. I won't, she said, looking at the screen. I just want to see who it is before I ignore the call. Then, oh, Kobe, sorry. I'll make it quick. But this is the call I've been waiting for. Of course it is, I sighed. After several minutes of back and forth, Sissy said into the phone, I'm glad you've come to that decision. I'll make sure and tell him, and we'll be getting back to you. Sissy disconnected the call, sat back in her chair, and looked very satisfied. Okay, what just happened here, Wonder Woman? I asked. I have some very exciting news, Sissy said with a smile. You have yourself a wife. Whew. All right, y'all. So, looks like a decision has been made, and as we know, going forward, and from the past readings, Kobe needed to marry and live in a straight lifestyle in order for him to gain the shares of his father's corporation, because his father does not want Kobe really to be gay. And Sissy is basically Kobe's sister, and she's been trying to keep a hold of the business. And in order to do that, she has to find Kobe a mate before his birthday so that they can keep the corporation running strong without people trying to come in and take the family business. So this is very, I'll say, this is a heavy decision. So okay, y'all. Oh, and one more thing I want to say is that I'm kind of easing on to Sissy. At first, she was my most distant character within this book because I just didn't really get her for some reason. I not saying that I didn't like her, but she just seemed a little standoffish. But I'm starting to kind of get a better hang of her. Sassy, hey boo, my sassy Francis. Oh boo, I hope you're having a good day. Oh, self-love yourself. You said I hope Austin's best friend don't blackmail them. Oh, you think she would do that? Self-love yourself. mm. Mm. Oh wow, I must have missed something about her best friend. Self-love yourself. Well, y'all, let's so we're about to go into chapter 35. Sorry. Let me drink some water. Oh. Yeah, you know what? Self-love yourself. You never know. This game of money, you are absolutely right though. The whole game of money can lead people to doing the most devious devious things. And you know, a lot of times we do it straight to people that we love the most. It's ridiculous. Oh, Sassy, you said I'm having a wonderful day. How about you? Oh, I'm glad to hear that, boo. Yeah, my day was okay. I gotta say that I got a taste of that heat index earlier, and I was feeling like I was not a-okay. I was ready to set off from work. But no, I made it through. All right, y'all. So, but yeah, boo, I'm glad you are having a good day. And I hope, definitely for a peaceful, relaxing night. Okay, so y'all, chapter 35. Eric arrived early at the artist cafe. The day was a beautiful one, so he sat outside at the tables and chairs beside the sidewalk. This morning, when he woke at 7, he rose in bed, grabbed the phone, and called Jess' number again. When she answered the phone and discovered it was him, she was silent. Jess, you can't do this to me. You have to tell me something. There's nothing to say. Maybe you should just stop calling me. What? No. You stopped coming to see me. You kept our daughter from me, and now you're trying to take her, Eric said. You need to tell me what's going on now. I can't, Eric. You wouldn't understand. Please, just leave us alone. I got your address when I got your phone number. I'll come over there. Jess, I need to see you and the baby. And you need to tell me what's going on. There was silence for a long moment. Fine, Jess said, and gave Eric a time and place to meet her. Now Eric had been waiting 10 minutes, sipping from a complimentary glass of water. He straightened his t-shirt and wished he had better clothes. There were no holes in the shirt he was wearing. It wasn't dirty. Neither were his jeans, but he felt like a bum and was sure he looked like one. He lowered his head, wondering what he would say to Jess when he finally saw her. A moment later, he heard someone call his name. He looked up and saw a beautiful woman wearing a beige business suit. The woman's hair was pinned up, a short curl falling down one side of her face. She wore dark sunglasses and glossy red lipstick. If it hadn't been for the shiny dimple in her left cheek, Eric wouldn't have known it was Jess. She looked drastically different from the days when he dated her, when all she wore was jeans and t-shirts like he did. Looking at her for the first time in years painfully reminded him just how much he missed her. Eric stood from his chair and motioned to give Jess a hug. She allowed it, but didn't give him one back. Eric pulled Jess' seat out for her and waited till she took it before he sat back down. He smiled. You want something to eat? I ain't never been here before, but the food looks pretty good. I don't have time. Eric wrapped his hands around the glass of water. So how you been? Jess looked over her shoulder as though worried someone was following her. Eric, you said you needed to talk, so maybe you should talk. Fine. What happened to us? You and Maya were coming to see me. Then you just all of a sudden up and stopped. Now you're trying to do this thing by taking Maya. Jess closed her eyes and frowned as if her answer caused her pain. When she opened them, she said, I can't do this anymore. I want you out of my life. And I'm filing the pension because I want you out of our daughter's life as well. What? Jess, I loved you. I still do, Eric said, standing, reaching across the table for Jess. She backed her chair away. I'm sorry. I truly am. But it's not working. You just can't leave me and tell me you're taking my daughter with you because it ain't working. There has to be more than that. Let this happen, Eric, Jess said sadly. It's better for everyone. I won't let you do it. You don't have a choice. It's already happening. Ooh, well, y'all. Hey, my joys and my room shaker. What's up, boo? Y'all, we are in the motion of our mini movie. Tell them self-love yourself. Y'all, so this is heartbreaking. I know Eric really loves Jess. And apparently something is happening with her that she can't be with him. And now that we're seeing her for the first time in a long time, like, Eric said that she is a different woman. So she also seems to have certain things about herself that has changed. She seems to be a little fearful. I feel when she was with Eric, she was more, like he said, in jeans and a t-shirt. She was more about living life. Now she seems like a woman with something to hide. Like she has, because she's under sunglasses, like she came to him pretty much kind of cognito. So whatever is happening, y'all, it can't be good. And I really hope that it's not something that's going to turn Eric into a dark path, because I do think he does have that bond with his brother, but I know he loves Jess. He loves Jess deeply. And I really think that he would go back to jail for her as well as Maya. Now, I gotta say, I am disappointed that Jess did not bring Maya, because she know that man wants to see his daughter after all those years. For her not to bring that little girl, Jess, you got a lot of nerve. But I don't know. It seems like she is a woman with a mystery behind her. It seems to be a dark mystery. But she know that man wants to see his daughter. She knows that. Oh, self-love yourself. You said probably had enough of him. Oh, you mean from when he was calling her? Well, you said who? Oh, who's Jessica? That's Eric's girlfriend, baby mama. Yeah, baby. That's his baby mama. Yeah, she left him. And oh yeah, Joyce, so in this story, Eric just got out of prison. And Jess is his baby's mother, who stopped contacting him. He's been in prison for quite some time, and he doesn't know what's going on. All he knows is that she's about to put out a pension to take away her daughter, and she wants no contact with Eric anymore. And she's also hiding certain information on why that is, it seems. But Eric is also hiding information from his brother that he just met on their mother's past, as well as their real father. So, yeah. Oh, self-love yourself. You said the mess he gotten himself into. Yeah, boo. Oh, we just don't know where this story's gonna go. So you know what, y'all? We're gonna do one more chapter because it's just so good. Chapter 36. Black sat alone in his cell on a chair, staring at a wall. It was almost lights out, and the cell doors would be closed soon. He had just come back from speaking on the phone to his girl, Theresa. She was so excited that she screamed through the phone and told him she was going to make his favorite meal, give him a bath, a full body massage, and anything he wanted after that. The phone pressed to the side of his face. Black smiled, grateful that at least there would be someone there at the gate to pick him up. He didn't even know if Eric had that. I'm sorry, y'all. He didn't even know if Eric had that. He hadn't heard from him since he got out, which led Black to believe Eric's so-called twin brother didn't come through for him. That's why there was a frown on Black's face as he stared at that dirty cement wall in front of him. He was excited about getting out tomorrow, but he had been betting on somehow being able to see Eric's filthy rich brother to put his hands on the 150K he needed to save his ass. If this Kobe character decided to disappear, then Black would be back to the drawing board, and that would be a bad thing. He just wanted to be done with this chapter of his life and move on to something better. Black had a 26-year-old little sister, Wanda, that he loved dearly. She had an 8-year-old son named Johnny. He hadn't seen his nephew since the last time he was a free man years ago. Wanda and Johnny lived in a small town of Rancid, Wisconsin. Black hated to think about it, but he was what drove them out of Chicago. The late night visits by thuggish men rolling up in pimped out cars, unexplained stacks of money appearing in the house he lived in with Wanda led her to believe that Black was not a good influence on her or Johnny's life. She told Black she was certain of that the morning Johnny, at 4 years old, came running down the hallway playing with a gun. Wanda was in the kitchen cooking breakfast for the boy when she heard a loud click. When she sprung around, she saw her son giggling and pointing a gun that was just about as big as he was at her. Later that night, Later that night, Wanda had sat her older brother down and explained to him, if your gun had been loaded, I would be dead right now. And who knows, maybe even Johnny too. Stay here if you like, but I can't take it anymore. I love you, Joseph. Wanda refused to call him Black. But I can't have you influencing Johnny like that, wanting to grow up to be like you. I won't let you and the streets take him from me. Wanda had a friend who found her a job way down in bumfuck Wisconsin, of all places, and she packed herself and Johnny up as quickly as she could and got out of Chicago. But before she left, she asked Black to come with them, start a new life there. Black snickered, turned away like he hadn't given it any thought at all, when he actually had. He shook his head and said, What the hell would I look like hanging out in Wisconsin? Nope, no thanks. I ain't no dairy farmer. When he turned to look back at Wanda, there were tears on her face. You're going to end up in trouble if you stay, Joe. You ain't gonna end up in trouble. You gonna end up in trouble or dead. Ooh, y'all. I tell you, so Black, who is another character that I thought was a bunch of trouble, has a sister, and a nephew. But I gotta say, Black still is nothing but a ruckus because he wants and needs, he must have in order for his life to continue 150K. And he is springing on trying to pull Eric as well as his family into this whole get money or die trying dilemma. So they have something to worry about when it comes to Black. That's for sure. I really do think that Eric loves Black. I think that he really loves his friend. But I do think that Eric is starting to care for Kobe as his twin brother. So he may have changed his whole mindset towards what Black really needs. And we already know what, we got to bring this up. We already know what Kobe has said to Eric about stealing from him. It seems like it's either, if you steal from me, Eric said he wants nothing else to do. Kobe said he wants nothing else to do with Kobe. No, y'all, hold on. I'm sorry. Let me be slow to speak and quick to think. Okay, so Kobe said he would want nothing else to do with Eric if Eric was to steal from him again. But Black really needs this money in order to keep his life. He seems like he has a girl that really likes him, though. But his mind is too heavy with the gang-related material for him to look at trying to be a good guy. His sister was trying to give him peace with him becoming a good guy, but he'd rather stick with the streets. So yes, Black is very much hardcore. Oh, self-love yourself. You said Black is going to try and get the money from Eric. Preseason NFL football is on. Oh, it is, boo. Great reading. I'll see you in the grand rise. Yes, boo. Oh, thank you. Self-love yourself. Oh, yeah. I know that NFL, boo. That folks are getting ready for it. Ooh, that just made me think of a friend of mine, y'all, that just, my work friend that had just passed. His favorite team was the 49ers. Oh, I tell you. But y'all, yes, this is a great read, and we will continue. Be on the lookout as well, you guys, for a new ASMR video. I have to post one of those. We got to stay consistent. And I know I'll be talking with y'all soon. This has been a great time. And please, for my replay game, join the conversation within the comments on how you feel about the book thus far. And who is your favorite character? My favorite character is Austin. I really do like Kobe too. But yeah, Austin is my favorite. And Sissy is growing on me. That is Kobe and Eric's sister. Yeah, she's growing on me. I would not want anything to happen to her. All right, y'all. So we have did our reading for today. Y'all, please, y'all enjoy your NFL football preseason. For those folks that like some football, put on your favorite jersey and get by and snuggle up with your boo. You too, Sassy. I appreciate you, boo. Yes, you enjoy this evening. I still have a little bit of light left. Don't take it personal. All right, everybody. Y'all have a good night. Bye-bye.